Dad can. Oh, we gotta look.
Who's that?
That's Steve Jobs.
Isabel, I know.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, you.
Oh, what did I do?
I hit the button.
Huh?
Because everyone knows who that
What's
is.
that? Did I hit the button?
Did you hit it already?
I hit it already.
Can you see
Can I
everybody?
hit?
Yeah, you can
Can
just
you see everybody? Yeah. Can you like
should be able to see everybody.
see all those? Can
you see
everyone
them?
pop in real quick and be like, hey.
Can they see?
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know why it keeps doing this though. I need it to be in the present, like the PowerPoint, but
Yeah,
it's
okay.
PowerPoint.
Hit over. Hit your, no. Hit your
Arrow
arrow
key.
key. Your arrow key.
What arrow key?
The other way. There you go, Maddie.
Is it still showing? Oh, it's still showing up as that. Okay. I want it to do this. Oh, I can. Okay. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Are you where you're supposed to be?
I
On the
hope so.
TV?
Huh?
On the TV?
Yes. Okay. No.
No, it's him. No one is looking at you, I promise.
No, it's him laughing.
All right, let's go.
Okay. The late and great Apple CEO Steve Jobs once stated, "Great things in business are never done by one person, they're done by a team of people." Hello, my name is Madalyn Patsey, and I am here to talk about working with others in the workplace. As I'm pretty sure we are all aware, working by yourself can be fairly boring and extremely challenging. Coming up with new ideas, trying to get things done in a timely manner, and trying to be sociable, all while trying to get work done, can be pretty challenging. Not only that, but talking to yourself can be extremely boring. As I'm pretty sure, some days you may just want to work by yourself, and that's fine, but you really need the work of others to help you get along, or to get through. This is where working with others come in. I'm here to talk about how and why to create workplace relationships, how to work together, and how to talk about the different styles of conflict within the strategies within the workplace. Okay, let me start off with a real quick question. How would you guys define working with others or teamwork? Yes?
Sharing ideas.
Sharing ideas, all right. Anybody else?
Working together to elaborate on those ideas and how they can come together full circle.
All right. Anybody else? Yes?
To get the job done faster.
And those are all great examples. Thank you so much. As Shauna Waters, PhD from BetterUp.com, quoted, "Teamwork happens when people work together toward a common goal. And I'm pretty sure that we have all wanted to work with someone in order to create and achieve a goal." So, why should we create relationships within the workplace? Mainly because we spend a lot of time with people within the workplace for a good majority of our life, which is approximately 90,000 hours, which equivalates to about 1/3 of the adult life, or 1/3 of your life, according to Andrew Neighbor from Gettysburg College. So, can you guys imagine working 90,000 hours just from this point in time, working 90,000 hours for the rest of your life?
Dad can.
No. And also, a lot of the work that you do at work calls for more than just one person. Have you guys ever been asked a question before at work that wasn't asked to anybody else, just specifically you to come up with a new idea?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, see, teamwork. And another thing about why creating relationships in the workplace, that you can create lifelong friendships. So, how many of you guys have created friends at a workplace? And how many of you guys are still friends with some of those coworkers? Perfect, awesome. And I can actually attend to that because actually one of my best friends is someone I actually met at work. So, according to Kristen Weiba from the Quantum Workplace, employee satisfaction increases 50% when there is close relationships, which means that 50 or more people that go into work with their friends have a much better time and are a lot more energetic and thrilled to be at work, which sometimes is not always the case. And individuals who have friends at work are less likely to experience burnout than workers who don't have friends who are working with them. So I'm sure we've all experienced burnout, and it's a lot easier to manage when you have someone that's there with you. So, how do you create these said friendships? According to Kearney, Plax, and Waldeck, first thing you need to do is initiate the friendship. Go up to someone, ask how they're doing, ask what their position is at the job, what their favorite color could be, just anything to get the conversation going. Another one is to communicate respect. That just means respecting people's boundaries, letting people know that you're there for them, and if you have any other questions, just to let them, or they will let you know. And to be trustworthy. If someone comes up to you to confide in you, don't go spreading it around to other people. They truly trust in you and they really just want a friend, so don't go spreading around any other things. Also, do not reveal too much about yourself and to other people, simply because you don't really need to tell everybody your entire life story, especially the first time you're meeting them. And praise others for their hard work. When you praise others for their work, it lets them know that they're doing a good job, it boosts their morale, and it gives them something to talk about, like something good to go about their day. And lastly, be open to criticism. If someone comes up to you and tells you you may have done something wrong or how to fix something, don't take it to heart. They just want you to do better, and they just want you to succeed and improve upon your workspace. So this brings me to my next point, how to work together effectively. So the first thing I want to talk about is to be mindful of the age gap that might be between yourself and other coworkers. You may be the younger coworker going into a place where there's 20, 30, 40-year people who have a lot more knowledge of you do on the subject. And also because of that, you might be the older person in teaching new people, so be patient with them, and learn from them. And also to be mindful of the different cultures that are in place. Remember, the United States is a melting pot, so there's a bunch of different cultures and there's a ton of different people who have different ideas from different points of view, so keep that in mind. And also, sharing ideas in a respectful manner. If someone comes up with an idea you may not like, don't really say it's a bad idea, guide them towards something else, towards a much more probable idea. And according to Hamilton and Kroll from Communicating for Results, make your expectations clear. What that means is let people know what you expect of them, let your employers know what you expect of them, and then ask them what they expect of you. Simply because if you go in and your expectations aren't clear, a lot of confusion can happen. And also, providing constructive feedback and not negative feedback towards your employees. Simply because constructive feedback lets people know that you are paying attention, you are listening, and how they can improve upon their work. And not every workday goes smoothly. In fact, a typical workday could involve multiple conflicts from multiple parties. So here are the different forms of conflict strategies and how they play a part of problem solving. So, according to Kroll and Hamilton, the first stage of handling conflict in the workplace is avoiding. And then there's accommodating, compromising, competing and forcing, and collaborating and problem solving. So, avoiding, which is little concern for others or self, works best when the issue is not important and when all parties lack communication strategies. So have you guys encountered a conflict at work where either you or the other parties involved just completely avoided the conflict and just dropped it and walked away?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that has happened? Alright, awesome. And I can agree to that because there have been multiple times where I just thought the problem wasn't big enough for me to deal with, so I just kind of left it alone. And this works best when the issue is not important and when all parties lack communication strategies. Which brings me to my next point on how to handle conflict, which is accommodating. This occurs when there's higher concern for others rather than the self. This works best when the issue is not important and the relationship could be damaged if there is no solution. So what this means is that if there is no solution, multiple relationships could be damaged, your work friendships that you had built up, you guys could have all these differences and that could just split people apart. Which And a con to that is that it solves issues temporarily. And because it solves it temporarily, it doesn't really mean it gets fixed completely. Which brings me to my next point, which is compromising. This is the middle of the road. And this works best when all the parties benefit from the issue and there's a time crunch. So if there's a conflict that arising and you guys have a project that's due and there's something that it needs to be done right then and there, compromising works swimmingly. It works best when when all parties benefit from the issue and there's a time crunch. I'm sorry, I probably just repeated that, and then the next conflict strategy is competing and forcing. This means that it values oneself and the goal over others. And this works best when a decision must have an immediate response. So again, going back to the whole time crunch, have you guys ever been in an issue where you guys needed an immediate response but people weren't getting along? So you had to come up with some sort of something?
No.
No?
Yes. Re-explain that, say that over again.
It's competing and forcing, and it works best when a decision must have an immediate response.
Yes.
So you've had that, and I can attest to that because there have been many a times where I have had to say something, do something immediately, or else it would have just gone awry. And lastly is collaborating and problem solving. And this shows equal consideration to yourself and others. And this works best when everyone involved has common goals and when the conflict occurs during a critical period. So that could mean, again, all these are related to time crunches, I've noticed after reading all this through again. It basically works best when everyone works together. Everybody wants to work as a team and they really just want what's best for everybody involved. And I'm sure we've all been through that as well. So, in conclusion, working with others is something that all of us have to do within our lifetimes. We cannot always leave it up to our own selves to gain what we want out of our career. It is always a team effort. We all want to succeed in our careers and other forms of work just as much we want to see others, our peers, and our friends and families help create their relationships with work and help them get the most out of their career as well. So, learning how and why to create workplace relationships, learning how to work together, and getting to learn about the different styles of conflict strategies in the workplace will help us all gain a further knowledge on how to succeed in the workplace with others. You guys have any questions?
No.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yay!
And these are all of my
Ooh, a
references.
bibliography.
Yes. So, thank you.
Your citations.
Did you cite them correctly?
Yes,
Are
in
they in-
alphabetical order.
And look at those URLs.
Yeah, and all the
and everything's
URLs.
Look at
indented.
those indents.
Wow.
Look at those 1.5 inch margins.
Miss Pike would be proud.
So thank you
That's
guys.
APA though.
Never had this.
You never had this, Pike?